dive into today's episode, I just want to remind you to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us. It helps us grow, reach more amazing learners like you, and keep bringing you fresh and fun content every week. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and let's keep this journey going strong. Hello, my fellow language lovers, and a very warm welcome to another episode of Idiom Insights. I'm Emma, and it is a genuine pleasure to be here with you today, ready to peel back the layers of the English language and see what interesting meanings we can find inside.
And I'm Jack, your trusty co-explorer, here to make sure our journey is filled with a few laughs and maybe a pun or two. It's great to be back in the studio, Emma. I feel like every time we do this, we're unlocking secret codes that make English so much more colorful and alive.
That is the perfect way to describe it, Jack. These idioms are not just old, dusty phrases. They are living parts of the language that add personality and depth to our daily conversations. Today, we're looking at a wonderful mix of idioms that touch upon scale, conflict, fairness, and pure enjoyment.
It sounds like we're covering the full spectrum of human experience. I'm intrigued. So, let's not keep our wonderful listeners waiting. What are the 4 phrases we'll be dissecting in this episode of Idiom Insights?
All right, let's unveil them. First, we'll be examining a phrase that helps us put things into perspective. A drop in the ocean. Then we'll move on to a dramatic command you might use when you're under pressure. Call the dogs off. After that, we'll celebrate honesty and integrity with the phrase fair and square. And to wrap things up, we'll talk about a unique kind of joy with the idiom get a kick out of something.
What a fantastic lineup. From tiny drops to barking dogs, it promises to be an interesting ride. Now, before we get into our first idiom, we'd like to give a huge thank you to all of you for listening. If you enjoy these deep dives into English, please consider hitting that subscribe or follow button. It means you'll never miss an episode, and it truly helps our podcast reach more language learners like you.
We appreciate your support more than you know. Now, let's begin. Our first idiom is a drop in the ocean. It creates such a clear visual, doesn't it?
It really does. You immediately picture one tiny droplet of water falling into the vast, massive sea. And that's exactly what it means. When you say something is a drop in the ocean, you are saying it's a very, very small amount compared to the much larger amount that is needed or that exists. It's often used to express that an effort, while good, is ultimately insufficient to solve a big problem.
That's a perfect explanation. It highlights a sense of scale, or rather, the lack of it. For example, if a country has a national debt of billions of dollars, a payment of a few million is just a drop in the ocean. It's a correct step, but it barely makes a dent in the overall problem. It can sometimes feel a little bit pessimistic, can't it?
It can, but I think it can also be used just to be realistic. If you're trying to clean up an entire beach covered in plastic and you fill up one small bag, you might look at the rest of the beach and say, well, this is just a drop in the ocean. It's not necessarily giving up. It's just acknowledging the enormous size of the task ahead. It's about managing expectations.
That's a great point. It's about context. Let's hear how this phrase might be used in a real conversation. Here are our friends Mia and Mark discussing a fundraising effort they were involved in.
Well, the bake sale was a success. Look at this. We counted all the money from selling the cakes and cookies. We made $150. I'm actually really impressed with our neighbor's generosity.
$150 is fantastic for a single afternoon. You're right. I'm glad we did it. I was just reading the email from the animal shelter, though. They sent out their quarterly newsletter.
Oh? What did it say? Are they building that new wing for the rescued cats that they were talking about?
They are. But the cost of building materials has gone up so much. They said they need to raise another $30,000 just to finish the foundation. When I look at the $150 we raised, it makes me feel a bit small.
Ah, I see what you mean. Our contribution, as wonderful as it is, feels like a drop in the ocean compared to $30,000. Still, it's $150 they didn't have yesterday.
You can really feel the dynamic there. Mark is initially proud of their achievement, and he should be. But Mia, looking at the bigger picture, brings in that sense of scale. Their hard work is valuable, but in the context of the huge amount needed, it really is just a drop in the ocean.
Exactly. And Mark's final line is important. He acknowledges the idiom's truth, but reframes it positively. An ocean is made up of single drops after all, It's a fantastic example of how the phrase is used to compare a small contribution to a massive need. So, over to you, our listeners. Can you think of a situation where you felt your efforts were just a drop in the ocean? Let us know in the comments.
All right, let's move on to our second idiom of the day. This one sounds a bit more aggressive. Call the dogs off.
It certainly has an intensity to it. The image it brings to mind is from an old-fashioned hunt, where a pack of dogs is chasing something or someone. To call the dogs off means to stop attacking, criticizing, or pursuing a person. You're telling someone or a group of people to back off and leave you alone.
So it's what you would shout if you were being hounded by reporters with questions, or if your parents were asking you constantly when you're going to get a job. The dogs are the questions, the pressure, the criticism. It's a very powerful way to say, enough is enough.
Precisely. It implies that the pursuit has been relentless and aggressive, just like a pack of hunting dogs. You don't use this phrase for a single polite question. You use it when you feel overwhelmed by constant pressure or scrutiny. It's a plea to stop the chase.
I think we can all relate to feeling that kind of pressure sometimes. Let's listen to Mia and Mark. It sounds like Mark might be getting a little too intense with his planning for an upcoming trip.
Okay, what are you looking at on your laptop now? Please don't tell me it's another travel blog about the best time of day to visit the Eiffel Tower.
Even better. It's a public transport map of Paris, and I've cross-referenced it with our hotel location and the top 10 museums. I'm creating a customized walking route for each day that minimizes our time on the metro.
Mark, we're still 3 months away from this vacation. You've sent me 3 spreadsheets, a packing list, and a document with links to restaurant menus. I love your enthusiasm, I really do. But it's starting to stress me out.
I'm just trying to be prepared. I want it to be the perfect trip.
I know, but the perfect trip for me is one where we can also be spontaneous. Please, just for this week, can you call the dogs off? No more spreadsheets, no more routes. Let's just be excited without planning every single minute.
Oh, poor Mark. His intentions were good, but you can hear the exhaustion in Mia's voice. She feels pursued by his constant planning. The vacation, which should be fun, has started to feel like a high-pressure project.
Absolutely. And her use of call the dogs off was perfect. It wasn't truly angry, but it was firm. It clearly communicated that his level of planning had become overwhelming, like a relentless chase. It was a plea for him to stop the attack of hyper-organization. We'd love to hear from our listeners. Have you ever wanted to tell someone to call the dogs off? What were they pressuring you about?
Let's move to our third idiom for this episode of Idiom Insights. This one is all about good, clean competition, fair and square.
Now, this is a phrase I like. It has such a feeling of honesty and justice to it. To do something fair and square means to do it in a completely honest and legitimate way, strictly according to the rules. If you win a game fair and square, it means you didn't cheat. You won purely on your own skill and merit.
Exactly. The square part of the idiom is interesting. For centuries, square has been used to mean something that is honest, true, and direct. Think of a square deal in business. So fair and square is an emphasis. It means not just fair, but completely and totally fair without any doubt.
It's the kind of phrase a referee would use, or what you say to your friend after a close game of chess to show there are no hard feelings. You're acknowledging that their victory was earned. It's a cornerstone of good sportsmanship, really.
It is indeed. Let's listen in on Mia and Mark again. It sounds like they are finishing up a very competitive evening.
Yes! And that is the final piece of the puzzle. 1,000 pieces. Finished. I told you we could do it before midnight.
Wait a minute, hold on. I was in the kitchen for 5 minutes getting us some snacks. Are you sure you didn't force that piece into the wrong spot? Let me see.
Go ahead and inspect it. Check every single piece if you want. We worked on this together for hours. There was no cheating, no hiding pieces. We finished it fair and square.
You're right. It all fits perfectly. I guess my snack break was poorly timed. Well done, us. You won the bet. I will do the dishes for the rest of the week.
Ha, I knew it. A deal is a deal. You lost fair and square.
I love the playful suspicion in Mark's voice, but Mia's use of the idiom shuts down any idea of cheating. She is declaring that their success was completely legitimate. He even accepts his loss by admitting she won the bet.
It's a perfect low-stakes example. The phrase fair and square acts as a final declaration of honesty. It removes all doubt and allows them both to feel good about the outcome, even the person who lost the bet. So listeners, tell us about a time you won something fair and square. We want to hear about your glorious, honest victories.
And that brings us to our final idiom for today. which is a personal favorite of mine. It's all about finding joy in unexpected places. Get a kick out of something.
I love this one too. It's so expressive. To get a kick out of something means to get a strong feeling of pleasure, amusement, or excitement from it. It's not just that you like it, it's that it gives you a special buzz, a little jolt of happiness.
Exactly. A kick. It's an active, energetic feeling. You don't get a kick out of lying on the sofa doing nothing. You get a kick out of watching a really clever comedy or solving a difficult riddle or seeing your friend's surprised face at a surprise party. It often refers to something that is particularly amusing or satisfying on a personal level.
That's a key point. What one person gets a kick out of, another person might find boring or strange. It's very subjective. It's a wonderful way to describe a personal and perhaps slightly quirky source of enjoyment. Let's hear what Mark gets a kick out of.
Come over here and watch this. This is the best part. The cat is about to figure out how to open the cupboard where its treats are stored.
Are you watching cat videos again? You've been on that channel for almost an hour. It's just cats falling off things and chasing laser pointers. I don't understand the appeal.
I can't help it. I just get such a kick out of watching them. They're so clumsy and yet so serious about everything they do. Look, he got the door open. That's hilarious.
Okay, I have to admit, that was pretty clever. I still don't get why you love it so much, but I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. You really do get a kick out of those videos, don't you?
That is the perfect use of the idiom. Mia doesn't share his interest, but she can see the genuine, strong amusement he gets from it. He gets a real kick out of it. It's his specific brand of fun.
It perfectly illustrates that subjective nature we were talking about. It's a warm and friendly way to talk about your passions, no matter how silly they might seem to others. So, our final question for our listeners: what do you get a kick out of? Tell us in the comments what brings you that special spark of joy.
And that's a wrap on our 4 idioms for today. We have covered some excellent phrases.
We certainly have. We started by understanding scale with a drop in the ocean.
Then we learned how to ask for a ceasefire with the phrase, "call the dogs off."
We celebrated honest victory with the wonderful phrase, fair and square.
And we finished by identifying our sources of pure joy when we get a kick out of something.
We sincerely hope you get a kick out of learning English with us. Please try to use one of these new idioms this week. The more you practice, the more confident you will become.
And if this episode helped you, we would be so grateful if you'd leave a like or a positive review. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you can join us for the next episode of Idiom Insights.
Thank you all for spending your valuable time with us today. Keep curious and keep learning. Goodbye for now.
Farewell, everyone. Talk to you next time.